Getting to the end, and our special award is a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's the Clarence Kroupa Award. Just to give you a little bit of background, the NMEAC created the Environmentalist of the Year Awards in 1988, and Clarence was the first winner of this award. Clarence was the first winner of Environmentalist of the Year, and at that time, NMEAC only gave out one award, just one. And then over the years, as you can see, the categories have been expanded, the evening is getting a little bit longer, but this goes to somebody who has done a tremendous amount in the environment. Last year's winner is Jim Olson. He's going to come on up and help me hand this out.
Well, thank you, Greg. Is Clarence here? Yes. Oh, there you are. Well, it is... Well, could Jack Norris, where's Jack? Oh, there. Jack, thank you as well for all the work that you've done. I'm so glad you're here. Well, it's an honor to give this award, and I'll just say that what you started, Clarence, and all the people that have received this award was to teach us how to hear like the trees hear, and how to live like that, and care for life. And so it's quite a legacy, and it's an honor to award this to a person, now that I'm seeing this, has a very special quality of not only having vision, but having the courage to deny voices that would tell her that her insight and vision is a lie. Because this woman has time and time again shown that with vision and perseverance and hard work and courage, that those who said it was a lie have been proven wrong time and time again. And she was there at Big Rock on the line during the protest, and one thing after another, and she's still here with so many things going on. She's coming up already. She knows who I'm talking about, JoAnne Beemon.
I was reading the program, and it said that I tried to interfere with the construction of Big Rock, but I didn't. I was back in high school. What we tried to do is when Big Rock decided to put 441 fuel rods in a fuel pool that was built for 181, and it was right after TMI happened on March 28th, we started to look into Big Rock. And we started to look in at what was going on at Big Rock, and we found out that they had had a crane accident over the fuel pool, and we found out that a bundle had been dropped. And we found out that after so much research, there were just pages and pages of computer data, and they didn't have any data on the south wall of the spent fuel pool. And we found out that that was because it was very, very thin and didn't meet the technical specifications. And then we found out that a drop of a fuel bundle could actually go through the bottom of the fuel pool. Well, we intervened, and NMEAC, Sally, and Jim, and a whole bunch of people from down here came up Greenpeace came in buses, and they were terrified of my friends and I in Charlevoix. But we got a crash pad in the fuel pool. it was called a high absorption impact device. We had the planes rerouted because we proved that they couldn't withstand a plane crashing into the containment, and so now they go over our little piece of land in Ellsworth. We got a line hooked up to a hose so that they didn't have to go into the containment and get killed with radiation if there was a TMI type accident. And it all seemed so sad and so lost in the past month, watching and grieving and watching Japan, and knowing that GE reactor was part of a business deal that involved the whole world, and it was about profit. I guess I've got gray hair, and so I hope you'll stay with me for a minute, but beware of false choices. It isn't a choice between nuclear and coal, or coal and fracking. What our choices are is what kind of lives do we want to live as human beings? What's really important? I can't stand on my toes anymore. I'm tired and shaky. But what kind of world do we want to live in, and what kind of world do we want our children to live in? And what's important? What don't we need, and what do we need? The other thing that's really important is, and I don't want to get in trouble here, but there are people who profit a lot from wasting things and from making things that are immediately obsolete, things like that. If you want to make a lot of profit, you want to be selling something that people absolutely need. And if you want to make a profit, the more they need of it, the better. And if you want to make a profit, the more you can corner the market, the better. But guess what? We all have a piece of the sun. We all have a piece of the wind. And we need to develop the technology to harvest those beautiful pieces of energy that are available to us all. And it's going to take an initial investment in order to have windmills, in order to have solar collectors. But do we lack the workforce to be able to do something like have a real revolution in energy? You know, we need the jobs. And one of the things, the tribes are leading the way. The Little Traverse Bay Band of Odawa, Chippewa bands, and the Grand Traverse Band are leading the way. I had a friend who was an elder, and he told me that this is our 7th walk. It's our last chance to get it right. And he said that the story said that the Indian people, the Anishinaabe people, would lead, and we have to listen. I want to tell you just a little story that my Anishinaabe girlfriend told me. It was after September 11th, and I was mourning. I went to bed, I pulled the covers over my head, I cried. I got stopped, I couldn't move. And so she said, why don't you take me to the fen that you love? So I did that. And the fen is such a beautiful, magical, incredible place. Thousands of lady slippers. But on this steep bank of the fen is a white pine that is this big around. And so on the way down to the fen, we stopped at the pine and we sat down. And she said to me, JoAnne, feel the strength of that pine tree. And I was leaning against the pine tree. And she said, you feel that strength? And I said, yeah. And she said, you know what? That pine tree has a purpose. And that pine tree's purpose is to grow strong and tall and up just into the air, just like it's doing, to spread its branches. And she said, you know what? That pine tree didn't stop growing because of September 11th. And she said, you have to be like that pine tree. You can't get discouraged. You can't give up. You just have to get your feet rooted and put your arms up and grow. And I guess that's what I want to say to everybody here in this time when sometimes it's really hard and sometimes you think, why am I doing this? You know, when you do good work, your time is never, ever wasted. And I guess I want to thank you for honoring me. I'm really honored.